Chapter 15. The Pied Piper of Hamelin. Long, long ago, there was a small town in Germany called Hamelin. The town was situated on the banks of the river Weser. The town was famous for its great riches and wealth, but the inhabitants of the town were very greedy. Once they faced a great problem. The town was overtaken by the rats. Thousands of rats converged on the town. Rats of every size were everywhere. There were big rats, small rats, fat rats, thin rats, old rats, young rats, black rats, and brown rats. Hordes of them entered the shops and storehouses, eating everything in sight. Those rats fought the dogs and attacked the cat. They bit the babies in their cradles. They made loud squeaking and screaming noise. Various ways of killing the rats were tried, but even the strongest poison didn't harm them. At last the people went to mayor with tears in their eyes. The mayor called an emergency meeting. He, with his councillors, sat for a long time wondering what to do. As they were discussing problem, a younger stranger carrying a flute entered the councillor's chamber. He was tall and thin, with blue shining eyes and yellow hair. His long coat was half yellow and half red. The young man stepped forward and said, "I am called the Pied Piper. I have rescued many kings from their trouble. If you give me 1,000 gold coins, I will rid your towns of rats." "Oh, is that all?" said the mayor. "We'll give you 2,000 gold coins if you will rid us of these rats." Satisfied with the agreement, the piper smiled and left the chamber and stepped out into the street, playing a sweet, strange tune on his flute. Hearing the strange music, the rats came tumbling out of the houses from every direction and followed the young piper. The piper led them to the river waters. The town folk looked in surprise. They could not believe their eyes. The rats scrambled and scurried after the piper as he jumped into the river. One by one the rats jumped into the river and were drowned. The people were overjoyed. Calmly the piper made his way back to the mayor to collect his golden coins. He went to the mayor and said, "I have done my job. Give my money." The mayor and the councillors suddenly looked at each other puzzled. They offered him only 50 coins and refused to pay more. The piper's face grew red and he at once left the chamber. He decided to take the revenge on the greedy people. Stepping into the street, the piper once again took the flute and started playing on in another strange tune. Once again the townsfolk heard the tune and also a noise of many hurrying from all directions to follow the piper. But this time he was followed not by the rat but by the children of the town. All the streets once again came alive. All the children, laughing and dancing, skipped along behind the piper. Enchanted by the strange music, he led them up a hill where a giant door opened wide. The people were horrified. The town of Hamelin was strangely quiet, for there was no sound of children's laughter. The people came to the mayor and requested him to stop the piper from taking away the children. The mayor also realized that he had done wrong by breaking his promise. He urged the piper to forgive him and offered him to pay the promised money. The piper accepted the money and released the children and sent them back to their home. He also reminded the people that promises once made should be kept. Grimm Brothers.